Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today on Everything AeroPilates. Right now I want to go over a few of my favorite exercises for the tush. I really want to focus on getting my glutes stronger and a little more toned. I was doing some research and these are the exercises that will help that happen. Now I've already slimmed down my hair a lot, but it almost is like it's disappearing. So that's good and bad. But I want to really make sure that it's toned along the way. So these are the exercises that I found online that can be helpful for your tush. They're the ones I'm going to start doing and I wanted to share them with you. Warm-up footwork is one of the first exercises because it mimics a squat, and the squats really fire up your glutes if you do them correctly. And in this laid down position, you are in the perfect position to do them right. To focus on your glutes instead of some of your stabilizers, you'll want to use at least one black and one red cord or 3 black cords. So I have a black and a red on here, but I could do two red, which would be the equivalent of 3. Today I'm just going to do a black and a red. And that's going to give me the extra resistance to work the major muscle groups, which this is a major muscle group. So I'm going to get started with the warm-up footwork. Today I'm going to start with a high heel position with my toes on the bar, my heels are high, and I'm going to do 10 of these. And then I can feel it in my rear right here. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm gonna go directly to my heels. When you flex your feet, you're automatically activating a different area of your glutes. So I have my feet flexed. I'm gonna put them hip width apart this time, and that mimics the squat. Now you can tell that I'm actually on my modified machine, my hacked machine for short girls, and that's giving me a little more range of motion, which I do want for my glutes as well. So 10 of these. 4, 5, I'm really flexing my feet to my head. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I normally do this on 2 black cords, so this is really activating some new muscles for me. So now I'm going to do the V position where my heels are together, my toes are apart. And I'm going to do 10 of those. My heels are going to stay high. 3, 4, making sure my knees are over my toes. 5, so I don't mess up my knees. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, next warm-up footwork position could be bird on a perch. And you're trying to squeeze your toes down over the bar. I'm going to do my knees together on this one because I'm going to squeeze my knees together. It's going to activate my inner thighs, but it's also going to activate the inner area of my glutes. And I'm going to do 10 of these. 3, 4, 5, 6, I'm feeling that. 7, 8, 9, 10. To make sure I breathe out, and I kind of did exaggerate it because I need to remind myself to breathe right now. So if you're not remembering to breathe, you can just exaggerate it and you really get a lot out and you'll take in more oxygen. Okay, so now I'm going to do a wide, and I'm going to do my flexed feet again because that really activates the glutes. And now I'm going to be working this area of the glutes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, my knees are over my toes. 7, it's like a wide plie. 8, 9, 10. All right, I'm really feeling that in there. I'm gonna turn on my side. So on my side, I'm going to try to make sure that my hips are stacked and my shoulders are stacked. So I have one hand up here and my other hand in front, and that's going to help me keep my hips stacked and my shoulder over shoulder. And now I'm going to put my foot parallel on the toe bar and I'm gonna push off. 1, with my other foot pointed through. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm really feeling that back here. 8, and in here as well. 9, 10. Coming back in, and I'm going to turn my toes up to the ceiling, my heels on the bar, and it's about in the middle of the bar. 1. Again, my other toes pointing through. 2. I'm flexing this foot. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I'm really feeling it in here, but also in the side of the glute there. 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm gonna have to do that on the other side. Okay, again, I'm gonna position myself so that my hips are stacked. I have my neck pillow, which is really comfortable in this position. I'm putting my arm up by my shoulder pad, my other arm in front of my stomach. So I stay in alignment and my shoulder over shoulder. And now I'm gonna do my first one with my foot parallel on the bar and my other leg pointed through. 1, so I'm feeling it right here. 2, 3, actually all this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm going to turn my toes up to the ceiling. I'm flexing my foot, my heels on the bar, my knees over my toes, and I'm going to push out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm really feeling this now in here. 7, 8, and right in there. 9, 10. Okay. So the warm-up footwork definitely works your glutes, but so does the legs and straps. So almost every exercise in the legs and straps is going to work it's going to work your glutes. It's also going to be stretching out your hips, but you're going to be working your glutes while you're doing different things. So I'm going to put my feet in the straps. Again, I just put my foot straight up, and then I push off on the strap and get my other foot in the strap. Okay. So I'm going to let myself stretch here for a moment. My back is tight. Legs and straps is one of my favorite things to do for my back as well. So I'm going to get to do it for my glutes. The first thing I'm going to do is leg lowers. I'm going to do 10. 1, 2, 3. I'm feeling a stretch in my glutes, and then a push off, strength in my glutes. 4, 5, 6. You're going to feel it. 7. But I got extra red cord. 8. I'm really feeling it in my legs and in my glutes. 9, 10. Then my favorite is leg circles. I'm going to do 5 each way. 1, and I'm stretching out the hip socket, but I'm also activating. 3, right here on my tush. 4, 5. Oh, up. Now I'm going to go down, around, and up for 5. Down, around, and up. Down, around, and up. Stretching while I strengthen. 3, 4, 5. All right. The next thing I'm going to do for my glutes is called the frog. This is really going to work your tush. So I'm bringing my knees in as close as I can get them. My heels are together. My toes are apart, like our V position toes. I'm going to push through my heels to really activate the glutes and count to 10. 1, I'm squeezing my inner thighs when I go out. 2, I'm not locking out my knees. 3, really focusing on pushing through the heels. 4, 5, feeling it all the way there. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now I'm going to go into choo-choo, which works more the middle of the rear. So 1, 2, you're hitting every section. 3, just really sculpting it out with this. 4, 5, 6, 7. Whew, you feel your inner thighs too. 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm gonna hang. I'm gonna hang for about 5 seconds. Really stretch out. Okay, one leg out of the strap, goes to the bar. Second leg out of the strap, goes to the bar. Whew, I'm definitely feeling those thighs, the inner thighs, and all the way wrapped around to the glutes right now. They are getting worked. So the next thing we're gonna do for the glutes is get on all fours, holding onto the shoulder pads. Now, if this platform is not cushioned enough for you, you can take a folded towel like this and put it under your knees for a little extra support. You can also use a thick yoga mat, a garden cushion, anything that's going to make it more comfortable. This is going to be an advanced exercise. So it's not something that I could have done at first. It's something that I had to work up to, and I've barely done it. Now that I'm getting my balance and more stability on the machine, it's something that's more fun for me, and I really feel it activate my rear. So I'm really starting to love it. I can also do a similar movement with this with my rebounder, which I will show you as well. But I'm going to be on all fours. I'm going to have my hands on the shoulder pads, and I'm going to put my toes up on the toe bar. My other leg is under my hip and stable, and I go out for 10. So 1, 2, it's a very small movement. 3, I'm straightening my leg without locking my knee. 4, 5, I'm making sure that foot is under my hip, the one that's on the toe bar. 6, so it's like I'm just standing up. 7, 8, and I don't want to tweak my hip or my knee. 9, so I'm making sure that's in alignment. 10, wow, I feel that. All right, so now I'm going to do the other side. 1, 2, 3, I'm trying to keep my head looking down. 4, and in alignment with my back. 5, I don't want to be looking up and break the alignment or too far down. 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. You feel that. Now, if you wanted to go again, you could do your heel on the bar. And again, anytime you have your heel flexed, you're going to get a whole other kind of workout for your glute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You want to straighten that leg. 8 to really activate. 9, 10. I'm going rather slow, so I make sure I'm not doing momentum, and I also don't want to slip off that toe bar. So heel again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now I'm going to show you the similar movement on the rebounder. I'm still going to be on all fours, so if I needed a pad, I could put it on at this time. I'm going to put my foot on the rebounder, and I'm going to hop off and try to kick up. But I do have one black and one red cord on, so I'm not going to have a lot of time to hop back down there. But make sure you bend your knees anytime you're rebounding when you come and you're landing. So 1, 2, this is much faster. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm trying to focus my eyes at the other end cap. I keep looking around, but that's the best thing to do, is focus them a little ahead of you in front on the floor. So here we go. 1, 2, or on your end cap. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. While I have my rebounder in, I'm going to go ahead and do what is called a hip extension, but I'm actually going to create the movement from my glutes. So it's going to look like this. It looks very similar to Eve's lunge, but I keep my knee closer to the edge of the platform, and I'm pushing with my knee back, and I'm going to pull through my glute to move the platform back. So squeeze my glute to put it back. 2, very small movement. 3, 4, 5, 6, really squeezing. 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. Again, at the edge of my platform, pushing through my glute. I'm using the rebounder to hold myself upright in a good position. And here we go. 1, really squeezing from the glute. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can go down to 2 quarts for this. 7, 8, 9, 10. Initiations all through the glute, not pushing back with my knee. Okay, I'm done with the rebounder. I'm gonna get back to my tow bar, and I'm ready for some stretches. So, the first thing I'm gonna do is remove my pillow. This roll-up is technically not a stretch. I'm going to do it wide heels. I'm rolling up through my spine. My tailbone is going to go first, and I'm going to peel my spine off the platform, and then I'm going to push out. I'm going to push out 10 times, and it's really going to work the legs. Now, if you did this in different positions, it'd be very similar to like your bar classes where you are pushing up in different positions. But I'm going to start with a wide position. I'm going to roll up, and I'm going to do 10. 1, 2, before 3, I could not do this. 4, so I just did a hip up and right back down. 5, 6, 7, my weight is on my shoulders, not my neck. 8, 9, really squeezing to pull back in. 10, whew. Okay, now if I wanted to work different areas of my glutes, I could start with my heels on the bar, legs together, do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is like a bar workout with a twist. 5, and much harder. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm gonna roll down. Whew. Before, when this was too hard for me, I would just do hip ups. And if I have a day where I'm not feeling very strong, I'll just go back to hip ups instead of doing all this. So again, I'm gonna be on my heels. You can do the same thing on your toes. It's gonna work a different part of your glutes, but I'm really gonna focus with my heels flexed right now to work stronger in the glutes. So now I'm gonna do the middle position. So I did wide position, heels together. Now I'm gonna do hip width position, work every angle of those glutes. And I'm gonna roll up and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost done. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew. So I roll back down a little quicker than I should. I should slowly roll controlled down. But whew, that is wearing me out. Okay, I'm ready for my running now. And I really like running because it stretches all the way up the leg, and that helps stretch out the glute as well. So you push up with both feet for running. One heel's gonna go under while the other knee bends. And you're really gonna feel like somebody's pulling that heel through the end of the bar. Switch. And I'm gonna do 20 of these. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, feels good. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, run it out, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, almost there, 18, 19, and 20. Whew, that feels great. Okay, so now that I've worked my glutes, I really want to stretch them out. My favorite stretch for the glutes, I push out, I flex my foot, and I cross it across my knee, and I come in, and I'm already feeling it. I'm going to hold that for about 8 seconds. Then I'm going to stand on my tippy toe with my foot on the bar. And it's really going to push that heel in more. And I'm going to slightly push this knee out. I'm really going to breathe through my stretching time. I need to get that oxygen in there. Okay, I'm going to push out again. Next leg goes up. Foot flexed, crossed over my knee. Stretching it down. For 8. Okay, now I'm going to stand on my tippy toes on the toe bar, which really pushes my ankle towards me more. I'm going to slightly press my knee out. That is such a good stretch for your glutes. I always want to end my workouts with an Eve's lunge, so that's next. So for Eve's lunge, I'm putting my foot back by the shoulder pad. My other foot is next to the toe bar, and I'm going to press back. I'm not using my glutes. I'm pushing through my knee this time, so I can really feel the stretch in here. This is keeping my hip healthy, which is going to help keep my back healthy, but also my glutes healthy. Switching sides. Foot up against the shoulder pad. Other foot next to the toe bar here. Pushing back through my knee. And I do 5 each side. So that's the new thing I'm starting to do for my glutes. Now I usually throw in some arms in between, which is wise to do too. But right now it's a little later that I'm filming, and so that is plenty for me. I'm still gonna do my 7-minute rebounding, probably like in another 20 minutes, and just really get that workout in. And then tomorrow, I haven't even done arms today, and I really wanna give them attention because we're going into the summer season, and I just don't want to feel like I have to always cover them. I have always covered my arms. I know they're covered now, but no, I have always really covered my arms. This will be enough of my rebounding for the day, and I definitely feel those muscles in my rear. That was a great rear end workout. Hopefully I will get the results that I'm wanting soon. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.